going to mug me?
Am I going to mug you?
Is that gorgeous or what, eh?
And I believe I can run a decent marathon.
Download Veely now.
I'm Sarah Richardson. This is Dan. This is Dan's living room. And this is what Dan's living room looks like now, thanks to some help from Design Inc. Dan bought his Victorian-style home as it was being built. 7 years have come and gone, and he wants to up the ante in his living dining room, giving it a sexy, club-like edge. You've got tons of space. Okay.
There's lots of space. I think it's bright. This part of the whole main floor needs to be redone.
Okay.
For me, anyhow. Only thing I want to keep is the fireplace, but not necessarily that one.
Okay. What about living room furniture? What stays, what goes?
Everything goes.
How about the lamp? I like the
Well,
lamp.
with the exception of the lamp, yes.
Okay. I'm like, if the lamp
that out.
goes, it's going home with me. Okay, let's be clear. Do you have any thoughts on fabrics? About what you like as far as sofas go? Like, do you want something really sleek, or do you want something that still has some texture, kind of like this wide whale cord that you've got here?
I don't want anything like this.
Okay.
I don't want a lot of things in here. I want to keep it fairly
Spare,
yes.
Okay.
Not sparse, but just uncluttered.
Well,
it's vague, but it's some info. Now, what about the dining room?
Okay.
But what I'm looking for in sort of as a dining area is some sort of a relatively simple low table with, I'd like possibly a bench seating on one side and then a couple of chairs or something.
So sort of coming across, well, I guess it could either go underneath this window, or it can come all the way across here. And when you say bench seating, you're thinking kind of like restaurant, sort of banquette style?
No, more something a little bit classier than that, I think.
Okay.
Or maybe a classy restaurant bench style banquette.
They do exist, right?
Now to add a bit more light to this space by connecting it to the kitchen.
Anyhow, you see how there's a cut in that wall?
Yeah.
One of the ideas I had was actually to make a pass-through in this wall to bring more of the light through here and open up the two areas.
Okay.
So one of the frustrations when you're entertaining is you spend so much of the time in the kitchen and you've got this space which you want to use, but there's a wall.
If the dining
Lighting seems to be a key issue. We may go with halogens in place of the regular pot lights and track installed by the builder.
Let's say not this fixture, but do you like having a pendant fixture of some sort over a dining room table?
I think so, but again, I'm not married to it.
All right, so we know Dan's after some style, and it's up to Jessica and I to make it happen. She's already cased out his place and has seen a ton of clippings of what he likes. This will hopefully paint us a pretty concise picture.
You've had a chance to review all the clippings? Okay, and what have you found from it?
Well, one style is really, really sort of Italian, modern, sleek, very chic. Less is more minimalist. Okay. And then the other style is a lot warmer, there's more texture, dark woods. So
how to balance?
We gotta sort of meet in the middle, I guess.
So it sounds like Dan is into two different styles. It's going to be a challenge to figure out exactly what he wants and how to make it happen.
He needs someone to help channel him and help him decide what's worth spending the money on and what's not. Basically, I think the best starting point is information. Hit basically anybody who sells contemporary, modern, classic modern, vintage. And take a digital camera and just take tons of pictures.
Perfect.
Get an idea of sort of what he likes, and then what I'd like to do is follow up next week, take him on a shopping trip, and let him sit and try and test out and get some really good feedback.
I just think all those pieces are so sexy.
Meanwhile, back at Dan's, we've got a couple of structural issues to address. The fireplace and a pass-through between the dining room and kitchen. Our contractor, Andrew, is helping us get the ball rolling.
That's right.
Basically, they want to be able to use this predominantly for entertaining. And the big challenge as it stands right now is that you hit a block and you've got no kind of flow.
Right. 5-foot opening. The only coil raise.
A couple of problems with that.
Okay.
Air return there.
Yeah, we have an air return here. We also might have a plumbing stack in here.
Okay.
Because the neighbors do.
We should be now. I can see if
Oh, you got a huge opening.
The best answer to any question is to take a look for yourself.
Yeah, that's good. That's what I want.
As for the fireplace, our goal is to make the by-the-book Builder's Victoriana into something streamlined and modern.
I don't see why this can't come down and just be a nice low ledge.
Probably could.
Slab. I can
I'm
have a
guessing
stone
you
top,
can.
stone, and a new stone hearth and call it a day.
Success! Dan's liking a few of the items Jessica has found on her citywide tour, and it's helping us move forward.
All this stuff.
I mean, that's a bit
nice.
greeny, but
I like it a bit greeny.
I don't mind it. But that would be great to lounge on.
Chocolate, brown, charcoal. That's looking like a pretty nice palette. Let's pull some color samples.
And I think we found an inexpensive drape solution.
I really like the solitary.
Well, I think these drapes are a great idea because they are about $35 a panel, and each one is more than 3 yards long. So it basically, the velvet ends up being less than $10 a yard, which is amazing.
As for paint,
The sofa is a dark color. This is going to, right now, this is already going to open it up. Let's think about choosing a neutral that doesn't have as much punch to it as the existing wall color. Like, I kind of like the idea of gray and chocolate through it.
So do I.
So smoke and chocolate.
armed with a color scheme and first approvals on a few pieces we've scouted, it's time to take Dan shopping so he can look and have his say.
I do like that one, though. It's pretty cool.
It is very cool.
Got it?
I want to go this part right there.
That
But I like the solid wood table.
something chunky. Too spindly.
Yeah, this is the part that I don't.
While it's always great to shop with a client, there's the risk of confusion if they don't know exactly what they want.
You could use them as more sculptural elements, but then if you need extra seating, you've got it. I like these.
Oh, they're great. It could work really well.
Right? Look at the color.
This color? See,
No?
I don't know the color spectrum yet.
I don't think you want it to look like you're in a doctor's waiting room.
Now for a living room lamp.
The little. I think for lighting like this, I think you're better off going with something vintage 60s that has original appeal rather than going with some kind of new pseudo replica.
Yeah. Actually, I really like these.
They're so comfortable.
Oh, they are.
I think someone is sold on dining room chairs. So far, so good. Next up, sofas.
It's quite comfortable.
It's actually not that big. This piece
It's not
is
that big. No, but you've got the room and that front window, right? It could be really loungy feeling. What I like
It's
about
like
it is
you
you've
put-
actually got, I mean, you could have lots of people
Yes.
sitting here. Like if you were entertaining, you could easily have 5 people.
Okay, so I'm thinking the main pieces in gray, accents and accessories in brown. But someone's thinking the other way around.
Yeah, this is like, I guess you were thinking more brown, but for some reason I was thinking
No,
more gray. And I don't know why.
I wasn't thinking a specific color.
Okay.
It's more a concept. You know, as far as the colors are concerned, I don't know.
I think I was thinking like a gray-brown mix.
The gray offers more flexibility for paint color and accessories. I think we have a winner and that my scheme is going to stick.
Think about choosing a neutral that doesn't have.
Now for some dramatic touches.
Guys, if the sofa's going to sit a little bit out from the wall, you're going to have some space anyway. So to see this as sort of side profile is really nice, and then you could, this is deep enough that if you want, you can put a really narrow vase.
Yeah.
I hope we're on the right track and that Jessica and I have helped Dan to make some important decisions. Which is more than we can say about the next item on our list, lighting.
Okay, this is basically what he wants to focus on is having better mood lighting. We want to eliminate the track that's running along here, and what I want to know is if I can get what I can do here with pots.
Yeah, we were gonna replace these, the smaller ones,
Yep.
and then actually we're gonna do the same thing here. One,
One.
2, And there's gonna be 2 on this side.
Yes.
And 2 mirror on this side.
One little one in there,
Yeah.
in this little window.
Oh, really?
I'd be happy if these ended up moving out more towards the corners of the room.
Right.
So that we can have everything
Right.
in a... Well, I'd keep it a straight line, although today it's looking like a diagonal.
And we do 2 over there. And then there's 3 in the living room area.
Right.
It's not that bad. We've chosen the sofa, a color scheme, and some key accents. This gives me a bit of time to get a leg up on another project with Tommy.
Mr. Dan Bain!
Dan Bain!
Hello! You're supposed to be at work.
There's no escape for a designer.
Okay, one other thing.
With the couch, I am not falling in love with that, which I thought I would.
Yeah.
It's really, it's
Boxy.
boxy, and you know, having a table there.
Sounds like someone needs a bit of reassurance. It's hard to make such a dramatic change if you're just not sure of what you want, especially in such a showcase room.
Can I come by right now?
Yeah, for sure.
It's just around the corner. You're coming with me.
With that, it's off to Dan's to make it work.
But because of this arm right here, I just find it shuts off the rest of the
Closing
room.
off the rest of the room.
Uh-oh.
Can we try spinning it this way?
Sure.
Yeah.
As 2 separate pieces, it's kind of nice.
What I like about this is like, to me, this is the part that you want to use.
Right.
This is
Yeah.
nice, this is cozy, this is the fire, this is kind of the whole reason for doing the sectional thing, which is really loungy, but it still looks sleek.
I always wonder in smaller spaces like this living room whether you have to have a sofa. Like maybe it's a day bed and just 4 really great chairs.
Tommy?
Like if this came here, there's enough room that you could have 2 different stories here. Like you can still be talking to somebody like back and forth between whatever's happening in the dining room into the living room. Like this actually feels like a good sized living room now instead of feeling like a little bowling alley.
Close call. We've convinced Dan to keep the sofa, and a couple of days later, Rob, who works with Andrew, starts tackling our structural matters. First, it's cutting the pass-through between the dining room and kitchen. This infuses the entire space with bright south light, plus makes entertaining a breeze. As for the fireplace, it's moving ahead as planned. We're simply ditching the mock Victoriana and wrapping it in limestone for a clean, modern look. Brand new day. Remember that confusing lighting situation? We've got to straighten it out.
Right?
Who told you where the lights should go? My original drawing, or Jessica, or Dan, or a combination?
A little bit of everybody.
A little bit of everybody. Okay.
Yeah.
God, I love it when we get to look like professionals like this. It's so cool. Now, I think there should be 1 in the center of the window, 1 that spotlights in the alcove. I'd go 1 centered over the fireplace, 1 centered on this wall section. I'd go 1 centered above the window and 1 more centering on the wall. Like, how much time have we wasted
It's
now?
not a problem.
Okay,
Just a little. It's not the end of the world.
send me the bill. It's not easy, right, Jimmy?
Now for the positive. It's all painted, the furniture's arriving, and it's all looking great.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe how good it looks. Oh, divine.
Dan and Jessica are also
How
impressed.
good is this paint color? So you don't like it? You think it's
No,
horrible?
this is great.
We found a new dining table. We ordered it. It arrived, but we forgot something very important.
The dilemma. Hey? I'm too far away from my food. So if you like the table,
I do.
then I just bought 4 chairs.
Luckily, Dan likes the chairs and wants to use them elsewhere. But it's a scramble to find replacements fast.
Go first, yeah.
It's heavy.
Chair problems aside, the credenza scores big.
It's really great.
It smells fantastic. Oh my gosh, I love the smell of teak.
I don't know, it makes the window work.
Makes sense.
Which it doesn't just by itself.
You can use it like a bar. I mean, I just like serving counter if you're having a little hors d'oeuvre party.
So to be able to have all that on top of that,
Right.
it's great.
With a little hard work and some luck, the Design Inc. team is ready for the final push to turn Dan's living and dining room into a loungy, club-like experience.
Okay, so for Dan's living room and dining room, maybe you guys could stick around, Ashley and you, Sarah.
Bless you.
Bless you. And start hanging everything.
Perfect. That's one, right? I'm just bruising my knuckles here. I think there's one right here and here. This is the bottom. Holy. I don't want to let go. Don't let go. Okay. You think? Yeah, you know what?
Superman.
Well, we just hope they're here to stay because I had to make a few holes in the wall first. I was like, whoop, that's what it said. Whoop, that's what it said. And then we just have to get accessories, flowers. That's kind of interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, 7, 8, 9. No, I'm sorry, you're right. Let's flip this on its back. Let's just flip it backwards and we'll put some felts on it. Come on, baby. It's like wrestling an elephant. Lovely. There. So now the other one goes here. They're a bit awkward. Here. We still want to have enough space there that we can put a little side table. Yep. And a lamp. It's like Christmas. What do you think of that? Clear this.
Oh, that's perfect for in here. Oh, that looks good.
Perfect. Well, I like it there.
Yeah.
Just wrapping the entire face of the fireplace in limestone takes the pressure away from that part of the room, and now it feels like the sort of center that's going to pull you in.
I love the fact that the colors are relatively neutral, that they're calm. It's a place that I can come into and relax, enjoy, kind of mellow out, but it's also great for entertaining. It's fantastic. I love it.
You know what? Let's just go for that. Making sure that each piece of furniture that came in here had sculptural, textural, and real graphic impact was a big focus of pulling this whole room together.
So much up, but it's Murano. You know, it's beautiful. Worth it. It's hot.
Aren't these great?
Success! We found new dining chairs, woven armchairs for the head of the table, and swivel chairs for guests. They all can be moved into the living room in a pinch.
You have felts?
The lime teak table was a real surprise. Easily seats 8 people, and so it opens the space up much more than I expected.
I think everything is representative of a good mix. High-end contemporary furnishings to inexpensive, vintage, modern, something that's 60s, something with a bit of steel, something teak, but it has enough texture and enough balance and enough color from a whole bunch of different sources. And that's what makes it feel distinct and individual instead of feeling like a cookie cutter that you could get anywhere.
It's what I was looking for, which is actually a real shock, because I thought it would be very difficult for somebody to interpret accurately what I was looking for, and this is it.